So in this lecture video we will be diving into the orthogonal comparisons. So before we determine the pre-planned comparisons, now we have some theoretical parts and equations. We will just look at them and then move. Okay, right. So now in comparisons of means, right? So in comparisons of mean, we might have several treatments. Now let's say we have treatment 1, treatment 2, treatment 3 and treatment 4 and so on. Now this is mu1 bar, mu2 bar, mu3 bar, mu4 bar. Now we have to compare them. So during that process, let's say the probability of making error is p, right? For example, that is p is equal to 0.05. So if the probability of making error, at least one error is p, probability of not making error is 1 minus p. Now we have to find out the number of comparisons, right? So number of possible comparisons if we have 4 treatments or n treatments, right? So let's say we have tn, right? N number of treatments, then n number of treatments or whatever, right? So number of possible comparisons is equal to we can write n into n minus 1 divided by, or if we have t number of treatments, t into t minus 1 by 2, right? So that is just a notation. This is let's say we shall call this number of possible comparison as n and number of treatments as t. So we have t number of treatments. Okay, right? So this is, don't forget. Okay, just forget about this. Probability of making. So in this scenario, probability of not making error. So at least one error is 1 minus p. So if we have n comparison, then we have to multiply it by n times. Then only we can calculate the aggregated error, right? So 1 minus p n. So this is the not making probability, not error making probability. So 1 minus p power n will be the probability of at least making at least one error during one in comparison, right? So this is the equation that we should remember. Now everything is given. Now you see these are number of possible comparison, but we will study about orthogonal comparison. So if we have t number of treatments, then the number of orthogonal comparisons will be t minus 1. So this t minus 1 is number of orthogonal comparisons. Right? Now I will explain you how you can write these orthogonal comparisons, right? Let me erase all this stuff. Right, now let's say we have 10 treatments, right? So we will just explain, try to understand this example. So number of treatments is equal to what? 10. Now let's say p is equal to 0.05. So the number of possible comparison, that is n, is equal to 10 into 9 divided by 2, that is 45, right? 45. So we can make 45 comparisons. 45 possible comparisons can be performed. Anyhow, the number of orthogonal comparisons will be equal to t minus 1, 9. So out of these 45 comparisons, only 9 will be orthogonal. Now we will see later what orthogonal comparisons are. Now now they are asking probability of making at least one error, right? So now if the probability of making error is p, probability of not making error is 1 minus p, right? So this is the probability of not making error in the comparison. But if we have n comparison, that will be n. Now this is the probability of not making error in n comparison. So if we want to find out the probability of making at least one error during this process, this is 1 minus. Again, you have to subtract this value from 1, right? So 1 minus. So 1 minus 0.05 power 45. So this will give you the answer for this part. Okay. So here, what is the answer? Let me just calculate using the calculator. 1 minus 0.05 power 45 power 45 is equal to 0.9 is the answer here. Okay, 0.9. Okay, hope you have understood that. Now we will see how we can write down these pre-planned comparison, right? So now we will just consider 4 treatments: T1, T2, T3, T4. Don't consider this as treatment. Now I'm going to bring my family here to make you understand this concept of writing orthogonal comparisons. Okay, now in my family I have my mom, I have myself, then I have my sister, and I have my brother also. Okay, so I will bring them whenever needed, right? So my mom is there, and I am there. Okay, how do you this is myself, and this is my brother. Okay, let's say this is my sister. Okay, this is my sister. This is my second sister. Okay, now let's say this is my brother. Okay, this is my brother, and this is my another sister. Oh, how do you put sisters? Okay, so who is this? My mom. This is Ikhlas. This is let's say my sister one. You can call her Ikshana. This is my brother. His name is Mokshit. Now this is sister 2. Her name is Lisa. Okay, and if we meet more people, I will call them. Okay, anyhow, now my mom is very justice. She is a very justice girl. So now but anyhow she gives me priority because I am the first son. So now she has 4 chocolates, right? So she has 4 chocolates. Now he calls me and gives the 4 chocolates and tell her there are 4 chocolates. Share these 4 chocolates with your sister. So because I and my sister are at home, the rest of the siblings have gone to school. So now this is how I'm going to plan. Okay, so there are 4 chocolates. So I'm going to divide it in this way, right? So I can divide this. So 2 I am taking and 2 I am taking to my sister. So this is how I will write. So comparison 1, contrast 1. Now this is how it will appear. Okay, so there are 2 chocolates here, there are 2 chocolates here also. Let me use a different color so that you can easily understand. Right. Okay, now while we are trying to eat it, my brother comes. So my brother comes. So suddenly my brother comes, right? So my brother comes. And asks me, chocolate. So what will I do? So I will decide because I am the eldest person. So I will decide to give him another chocolate, right? So now I am splitting my chocolate and I am giving him 1. But my sister takes both the chocolates and she is trying to have it. Okay, right. So again my sister comes. My sister 2 comes. So this is why Ikhlas. This is sister 1, right? Sister 1, and now this is Ikhlas. Now this portion is taken by my brother 1, B1, and my sister has the 2, right? So this is comparison 2. Now for comparison 3, because since we have 4 treatments, we can write 3 orthogonal comparisons, right? So now I have shared with my brother. Again my sister comes. My sister 2 comes. My sister 2 comes. So what will happen? So she also will ask 1 chocolate, but I can't give her because I have already shared with my brother. So my first sister will share one chocolate with her. Okay, so I will not do anything, but my sister, this is for this, she will give one chocolate to her sister, right? So this is for sister 1, this is for sister 2. Now we will try to write down the comparison. Okay, now we will try to write down the comparison. So how can I write this comparison? Is treatment 1, treatment 2, treatment 3, treatment 4. Okay, so contrast 1, contrast 2, contrast 3. Okay, so now this is 2, this is minus 1. Okay, now I can write this way. Okay, so half, so 2 means this is 1, this is 1, this is minus 1, this is minus 1, right? Totally 0. So my 1, 1, minus 1, minus 1. Okay, right, because 4 were there, 2 is taken by me, so this is 1, this is 1. So there is a rule, summation of Ci should be equal to 0. So if this is, if I number it, so this should be 1, this should be 1, this is negative 1, this is negative 1. Okay, then for the second scenario, my sister doesn't share her chocolates with anyone, so I will say 0, 0, right? So for her I will put 0, 0, but I share 1 with my brother. So this, if I have 1, then negative 1, right? So if this is 1, this is negative 1. Again, for the third scenario, I don't share with my I and my brother 1 don't share our chocolates with anyone, with the sister 2, right? But my first sister shares. So this is 0, this is 0, this is plus 1, this is minus 1, right? So this is how we have to write the contrast. Now I will explain you how we can write the possible, contrast for the 5 treatment scenario, right? So I will just write 5 treatment scenario here. Five treatment scenario. So now let me explain it here. Okay, now my mom gives 5 chocolates and tells me you can compare, you can share with your sister, but you can take 3, but you can give 2 chocolates to your sister, right? So now this is how I will plan my sharing. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now contrast 1. Now I will take 3 portion, okay, and I will give 2 portion to my sister. Okay, right. So this is for me, equals sister 1. Now the second scenario, my brother comes, C2. So if my brother comes, what will I do? So I have more, right? So I will give, okay sister, you can have the 2, I will give 1 to my brother. So I will take 2, and I will give 1 chocolate to my brother. So this is for me, equals, this is for my brother 1. Okay, brother, I have only 1 brother, so I can just put B, right? But she doesn't share. She doesn't share. My sister doesn't share. Okay. But comparison 3. Now my next sister comes. Sister 2 comes. So what will I do? My sister will tell, because she loves me a lot. No, you have shared your chocolates with your brother. So I will give 1 to sister Lisa. Okay. So this is what she will do. She will just give 1 to her. Okay, but I don't share anything with her, right? Okay, again, what will I do? So now comparison 4. So another sister comes. I have another sister, let me call her Fatima. So she comes in. Here I have already shared. Now I have 2. My brother has only 1. Now my sister, now this is for sister 1, this is sister 2. Now compare, I have 2. So what will I do? I will give 1 to my sister 4. So this is for E-class. This is for my sister 3, right? But here 0, 0. So how I can write this comparison is treatment 1, treatment 2, treatment 3, treatment 4, treatment 5. contrast 1, contrast 2, contrast 3, contrast 4. Okay, so here you see this should be 3, this should be 3, this should be minus 2, this should be minus 2, this should be minus 2, because here this is how we will write, right? So we are just comparing T1 plus T2 plus T3 by 3 minus T4 minus plus T5 by 2. So what will happen? The coefficients will be 1/3 T1 plus 1/3 T2 plus 1/3 T3 plus minus 1 2 and 1/2 T4 plus minus half T5. So the coefficients will be like this: 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, minus 1 2, minus 1 2. But having the fractions will be annoying, so we will just multiply all the coefficients by 6, the LCM 6. So I will get like this, right? So 2 here 3 minus 2 minus 2. So it will become minus 2 minus 2 minus 2 3 3. So if you add all these 3, you get 0, right? So hope you have understood that concept. Now it becomes like this: minus 2 minus 2 minus 2 minus 2 plus 3 plus 3. So you get summation 0. Okay, you will have to check 0 whether you get 0. Summation Ci gives you 0. Now okay, here 0, here 0. Here you see this should give me 0. Now if this is 2 and this is minus 1, this is minus 1, then it will give you 0, right? So this is 0, this is 0, this is pre-planned, and now this is 2 and this is minus 1, this is minus 1. Okay, now again you get 0 here, but you have to check if summation of Ci into C1 into C2 also gives you 0, right? So now you see minus 1 into plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 minus 4, 0, right? So that is okay. Again we will compare the third one. Now here V0, we have 0. Here also we have 0. 0, 0, 0. But here this is plus 1, this is minus 1. This is plus 1, this is minus 1. So now 0, 0, 0. Plus 3 minus 3, 0. Again 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, right. Now the fourth one. Here 0, 0, 0, right? Now brother 1 doesn't share, so for him 0. My sister 1, this column, right? So 0, 0, 0. So this will be plus 1, this is my negative 1. So plus 1, negative 1. These are the comparisons, right? Okay. Hope you have understood. Now, if the scenario is like that, now my mom gives me priority because I was the first son, right? So let's say she gives 5 chocolates and she tells you can take 4 chocolates but give only 1 to your sister. So how will I divide them? So here you see 5 chocolates are there. 1 2 3 4 5. Now she tells 4, so I will take 4. So this is comparison 1, C1, 1 2 3 4. Then this is for my sister 1. This is for Ikhlas. Okay, now my brother comes. So what will I do? So I will share, right? But I will share equally. Now this is what I have to decide, right? So C2, my brother comes and I will give him 2. And I will take 2. And I will give him 2, but she will not share, 0. Okay, right. And C3, now I have already shared. Okay, now I have already shared. This is for me, Ikhlas. This is for my brother 1. So now my another sister comes, sister 2. So I am the eldest one, so I will tell my brother, you can have your chocolates. I will give 1 to Lisa. She is my sister 2. Here I share like this, and now 0 0 0. Again, my another sister Fatima comes, and this is for comparison 4. Now I can't share because I have only one, but my brother has 2. So what will I tell? Okay, he will give, but I will not share. I will not share. Okay, so this is for my brother 1, and this is for my sister. This is for my class. This is for my sister 2. This is for my sister 3. Okay, hope you have understood. Now this is how we will write down the comparisons. Okay, so treatment 1, treatment 2, treatment 3, treatment 4, treatment 5, treatment 5. So contrast 1, contrast 2, contrast 3, contrast 4. So now this is 1, then this is 1, minus 1/4, minus 1/4, minus 1/4, minus 1/4. So this is, if I multiply by 4, so this is minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, 4. Okay, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, 4. Now you see this is 0, so this should be 2, this should be negative 2. Then only it will be 0, right, for the contrast 2. So this is negative 1, this is negative 1, this is 1, this is 1, so 0. So here for this portion we get negative 2, for this portion we get positive 2, so totally 2. And then we have to compare the multiplication also. So plus 1, minus 1, minus 1, 0. So again I get 0, right? That means C1 into C2, C1 into C2, C1 into C2, summation of C1 into C2 also gives me 0. Again, for the third one, you see here 0, 0, 0, 0. For these 3, 0. Here minus 1, here plus 1. So here negative 1, here plus 1. So again, plus 1, negative 1. Here, I don't know whether you can. This one, plus 1, negative 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. Again, if you consider this, plus 1, my negative 1, 0, 0. Okay, right. Then we'll compare this one. 0, 0. This one is negative 1, this one is plus 1. This one is negative 1, this one is plus 1, this one is 0. Okay, now we will compare this. So if you C1 and C4, 0, C1 and C4. I am just comparing C1 and C4 now. 0, 0, 0, negative 1, positive 1, 0. Totally 0. Now C2 and C4. 0, 0, negative 1, positive 1, 0. Totally 0. Again C3 and C4. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So this is the possible orthogonal comparison. These are the orthogonal comparisons, C1, C2, C3 and C4. Okay. So depending on the initial condition or the criteria, we can divide it, right? So you can conceptually understand the sharing of 4 chocolates among siblings. I have just taken my own family to make you understand. So hope you have understood. So after writing this down, after writing this contrast down, we can do the remaining questions. Now we will go to the lecture material. Okay. Right. Now they are telling. Right. A linear combination. So these are called linear combination. Linear combination means linearly we are writing, right? So T1. So these are called coefficients of the treatment. The coefficients of the treatment mean, we will study about this later. So summation of alpha I is equal to 0. Then they are called linear combination of contrast, right? So they are linear combination of contrast if they sum up to 0. Then true contrast, A and B are called, now we told if A and B are orthogonal, then summation, the summation of AI, BI also should be equal to 0. Okay, right. Now, as far as possible, try to get the orthogonal sets. Now we will try this example. This example. Okay, right. Now, hope you have understood how to write these things down. Now we will just try this example. Right. Now you see one person sent me this orthogonal comparison set for the same comparison strategy, but for that one this I'm sorry, here I'm supposed to write these things as like this. Okay, it is supposed to be like this, CI AI like that, AI BI CI DI. Okay, I'm sorry. It is supposed to be AI, BI, CI, DI. Here also, where? Here also AI, BI, CI. AI, BI, CI, DI. Okay. Again, wherever. Okay. Here also AI, BI, CI, DI. Okay. AI, BI, CI, DI. AI, BI, CI, DI. So that person sent me like this. Now she wrote like this. Let me just explain why this is wrong. She wrote T1, T2, T3, T4, T5. Now she takes this as negative 1, negative 1, negative 1. Negative 1, negative 1, and 4. This is for CI. For BI, she takes like this: negative 1, positive 1. No, if this is negative 1, then this is positive 1. That is not possible because I should have 2, right? So I should have 2 chocolates. So this is not possible, right? Now this is what I am explaining now. Here that is not possible, right? Because because it means I do not have any chocolate, right? So you cannot write like this. You have to you are supposed to write, if you have 2 chocolates, then this is like this. So this means you have 2 chocolates, and this should be negative 1. Okay, because sometimes this comparison might be orthogonal, but when you go further it will contradict. Okay, so you have to write in this way. So always remember, you start with negative, right? If you start with negative, put negative, negative, negative. Okay, right. So one more comparison also possible here, right? How? Here, if now this is what I decided. So I will equally share. Now I can decide this way also. How can I decide? I can decide. Okay, now my mom told me there are 5 chocolates. Now I have taken 4. There are 5 chocolates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I will take 4. This is for me. And for my sister, I will take 1. Sister 1. Now previously, this is for AI. For BI, I equally shared the 4 chocolates that I had with my brother. But now I will decide, I will take like this. So I will take 3. I will take 3 and give my brother 1. I will take 3 and give my brother 1. So this is like this. I will take 3 and I will give my brother 1. So this is for me. This is for my brother, and my sister doesn't share. I will put 0 for her. Again, CI is equal to, now again my sister 2 comes. So I will again, this is how I will decide. So I can't give her 2, because if I give her 2, then I will have only 1. So I don't like that. Okay. So I will give 2. I will take 2 for myself and give 1 for my sister. So this is for me. Then this is for my sister 1. But if you take it as, okay, if you are generous, then you can give that way. But then if the next sister comes, then your sister should share the extra chocolates with her. Okay, right. So this is for 0 for my brother. This is for 0. Again, for another sister comes, so DI. So I have to share because I have 2. So I will take this for myself, class, and I will this is for sister 2. This is for sister 2. This is for sister 3. Okay, so she will not share. So how I can write this contrast is T1, T2, T3, T4, T5. So AI, BI, CI, DI. So now I have 4, right? So I have 4. So this is, okay, I'm taking, right? So this is 4. This is negative 1. This is negative 1. This is negative 1. This is negative 1. Now you see, this is negative 1. This is negative 1. This is negative 1. Negative 1, negative 1, negative 1, 3, 0. Now this is 1 plus 1. Now I am just comparing this. AI BI 0, sorry, plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 minus 3 0, so totally 0. Again I will write the contrast for this. So this is negative 1, this is negative 1, this is 2, so negative 1 negative 1 2 0 0. So again I will compare AICI and BICI. So when I compare that one, here you see plus 1 plus 2 plus 3, you just see this. Oh, here negative 1, what did I write? Negative 1, here negative 1, okay, I'm sorry. Here negative 1, negative 1. So plus 1, negative 2, so altogether 0. Again, if I compare BICI, plus 1, minus 2, 0, 0, so totally 0. Now, here, this is minus 1, this is positive 1, right? So, if I write that way, negative 1, plus 1, this is 0, this is 0. Now, we will compare AIDI, BIDI, and CIDI, okay? So, it will become like this. Positive 1, negative 1, then all are 0, right? So, here, positive 1, negative 1, all are 0. Again, positive 1, negative 1, all are 0. So that is okay, right? So these are the two possible. Now this way I can plan my comparisons, right? So for this question there are only two ways, okay? So only these two ways are possible. Hope you have understood that one also. Right, now I hope you have understood how to write this comparison, and in the next video I will try to find out the sum of square treatment using these coefficients and all. Okay, so bye.